Good evening. How are you guys doing? Just getting the sage ready, cleansing out our space. I'm so excited to be starting off the month right, talking about some fun stuff. So this is March, this new beginning, this new month. And so, like I said, we're going to be working with our solar plexus energy this month of March. More specifically, this chakra is really, connected to what I like to call it 3 characteristics. The 3 characteristics of our solar plexus is going to be power, strength, and courage. So this diaphragm above our navel, all of this houses that core power. So if you ever think like, oh man, my tummy hurts, I'm getting nervous, that's that power, that's that stomach energy. So on that note, I'm not going to say too much more, so you guys chill out, relax. I'm going to finish smoking my bowl. On that note, we'll also be talking about a few specific strains that we'll be talking about in correlation with our solar plexus. And just kind of overall, just a nice little preview of what I'm feeling this month really has to hold for us in our solar plexus energy, as well as just kind of learning how to apply these basic fundamentals to really connect and harness in those energies. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke a little real quick. Oh man. Hope you guys are having an awesome Friday night. I hope your day has been amazing. I'm so excited. I get to go to yoga teacher training tomorrow. Go hang out with Dr. Christy for a day. She's awesome. If you don't follow her, go ahead and push that follow button and follow Dr. Christy. She's an amazing Ayurvedic doctor. I'm super stoked to be working with her. So on that note, I'll be throwing a few tidbit shit in there from the stuff that I pick up from class. So on that note, Roderick, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? So we're talking about our solar plexus chakra and ways we can balance it, different perspectives of what this means, as well as how we can balance it through different herbs and cannabis strains, and what to look for when we're combining both of these spiritual elements all together. So on that note, I just packed a bowl, but if you guys want to go ahead and smoke, you're more than welcome to. So like I mentioned, we're talking about our solar plexus. So our solar plexus is housed here in our diaphragm energy, right above the navel. When you take a nice breath in, you can feel it come in, and exhaling out, expanding out. Our solar plexus energy resides here, you guys. So our solar plexus energy is also represented with the color yellow, oftentimes maybe a golden yellow hue, really bringing in that positive golden healing light of energy. And our solar plexus, like I mentioned, I call it 3 specific pillars. So the 3 specific pillars of our solar plexus that I personally like to, found it on is our strength, our courage, and our power. Because these are the 3 houses I feel that our solar plexus really houses within ourselves, as well as the idea of when we look at the chakra symbol and we're breaking it down. So there's 10 petals. It's a circle, but it also has this transformative energy that kind of zerks through this triangle. So if you haven't seen the solar plexus chakra symbol, I definitely advise you to go check it out so you can definitely get a better image of this. But the whole idea is This specific chakra is represented by the element of fire. And so how ironic it's the beginning of March, we're still in this Pisces season. However, I'm like, guys, I mentioned yesterday, I'm already feeling these Aries vibes. So I'm just like, all right, bring on that fire, because I'm a Sagittarian and I'm like, I like my fire. So anyways, on that note, that what requires for transformative energy is really this transformation of using that fire. And remember, you guys, I've always said that our energy, at the end of the day, we are mass and energy, or our body, at the end of the day is mass and energy. So we're these energetic beings that require heat. Hey mama, how's it going, Miss Jazz? I see you, Miss Dink Dharma, on there. How's it going, you guys? So on that note, this symbol alone is such a transformative symbol, in the sense that when we really take the time to work with these specific chakras, like I have been breaking it down at the beginning of the year, one by one, starting with our root chakra. Now we're already at our solar plexus. Isn't that exciting? Just to really, get connected. And so when we think of the Sanskrit term for solar plexus is Manipura, it means the city of jewels. And it's this power chakra house. So when we think of a city of jewels, I just think of all these beautiful crystals being illuminated in this beautiful golden yellow light. So on that note, kind of give us a nice little beautiful descriptor. But for crystals to get where they are, to be so powerful, as they started with that pressure and heat transforming those crystals. Remember, I was telling you guys like a while back ago, like we're like crystals. We're constantly like transforming in our phases. So as we develop into that powerful crystal, we know what that we find, or it finds us, type of thing. Like I have this little citrine right here, because citrine is also one of the stones. I'll go into that. One of the stones that characterizes our solar plexus. It really helps activate, bring in that money medicine that some of us that really need a little extra money in their life. This is always nice, keeping your wallet around any place. There's always having your little altar and having that little area dedicated towards that abundance flow, and these are always nice to have around. But on that note, other stones is yellow tourmaline, tiger's eye, even some amber. Definitely rolling into some essential oils, because I'm really big on that as well. We have some chamomile, bergamot, cedarwood, rosemary, just to name a few. There's always so many. Hey Miss Marissa, how you doing, babe? So the big important thing about this all is knowing when you're off balance and what we can do to recharge and rebalance our energy, right? So on that note, kind of some things to look out for when we're kind of feeling kind of funky. Okay, well, where in my chakra system are things overactive or underactive? What's causing these imbalances? And as I'm learning through my yoga teacher training with the Ayurvedic perspective, it comes down to what we put in our body. So it's just like, okay, what doshas are imbalanced? So we got to think about that as well. So there's a lot of components, but just a key couple things to think about. Excessive control. So if you're someone who has this complete need to have control over things or aspects of your life, this is definitely an inactive characteristic of our solar plexus energy. Also, this causes certain blockages that we find. Hey guys, whoever popped on, Brenda, Nessa, it's good to see you guys. And then we have manipulative energy. We also have misuse of power as well, because remember, you guys, I had mentioned earlier, is that our solar plexus, the three characteristics that I like to characterize this, that houses our solar plexus houses our power, our strength, our courage. So if we're a badass bitch and we're not using our power properly, yes, there's going to be some imbalances there. Lack of purpose or ambition. So for someone who's just like, I don't even know which direction I'm going in, if I'm coming or going, okay, slow down. Slow down. It's okay. It's okay not to know. We can't always be in that control. So that's the whole thing, is being able to just allow ourselves to surrender that control. And that's, I feel like, the hardest part for a lot of us, is being able to let spirit do its thing and just, go through and get rid of the stuff that no longer serves you, but at the same time is allowing that and not resisting, because resisting, well, let me tell you, lessons come with resisting. So instead of going with the flow like water, if you put up blockages and ask yourself, well, why am I doing this to myself? Because remember, you guys, this journey begins with us and with what's going on within this soul body. So, a couple of things, once again, to help think about is our psyche. A couple of things: our personal power, our humor, our wit, self-worth, and curiosity. A couple characteristics here of our solar plexus energy that influence this part of our personal psyche. So just a couple things to think about as we progress through this month, and seeing where in our life are we being challenged, because Mercury is about to go into retrograde, you guys, and I'm already feeling this energy shift happening within me, and it's been kind of trippy lately, but also awesome at the same time, because I'm consciously aware that I know that something is removing itself, and so new stuff can come in. And the new moon's around the corner as well, so this is a great time to really work with that energy. It's also in Pisces, so just really thinking about that water energy being able to flow and come into this month with Aries kind of right behind you, waiting to light that fire under your ass to get shit going, and also heat up our world just a little bit. That whole spring equinox is gonna come and unfold a lot for us as well. And talking about spring renewal, springful herbs. Oh, you are a Pisces, girl. I'm a Pisces moon. Makes sense. It makes total sense for my personality. So some healing herbs before we go into our favorite topic of cannabis. Some healing herbs that are associated with our solar plexus is fennel, raspberry leaf, marshmallow, oat straw, and motherwort. So just a couple of notes just to throw there. So yay, we're moving into cannabis. I'm so excited. This is always my favorite topic and part of this segment. Just a reminder, this is my talk segment, Smoking Intentions with Sistah Hale, that's me. And just really diving deep into consciously being aware of how to use cannabis to the best of your personal health benefit, because that's what it's all about, is how you choose to use this medicine for your personal benefit. So on that note, these particular cannabis strains are going to be very much a heavy-based hybrid, but at the same time have beautiful undertones of those sativa-like qualities. So that's where we're going to get some more of that more third eye activating energy, because sativas really put you in the mind. And as we are moving up our chakra system, our solar plexus is one step closer, where we begin to come into our higher chakra energy, and that begins with the heart. So once we get there next month, but here, beginning with our solar plexus energy, it's described as a heavy hybrid. certain flavors to look out for when we're using specific cannabis strains. They're going to be a little skunky, a little earthy. Maybe have a tidbit of limonene, and that's going to be a lot of those lemon-based strains. So a couple of strains that right off the bat that I thought of, I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Because remember, a couple of characteristics we want to see is how it's going to affect us. Is something that's going to be calming yet sedative, psychoactive yet creates room for creativity. For us to, have that wiggle room, being able to connect with ourselves. Because remember, that's what this whole journey is about, is connecting within. I've noticed there's like a darkness that's okay. I was like tripping about it before, but now I'm like, you know what, it's okay. It's the balance of the light and the dark. I'm cool with it. Sorry. So moving forward, we have the OG Kush, Girl Scout cookies, GG4. These are some of our favorites. Lemon Larry OG, and I thought of Mama Love right away. If you haven't checked out Hog's Breath Company from San Diego, they made one of the original Hog Breath's genetic strains coming out of Southern California, specifically out of San Diego, North County, San Diego. Check her out. Love you. And then we have my favorite Mango Kush. As we mentioned before, back in January, when we were working with our root chakra, mango has a lot of mycin in it, which is very sedative, and that is one of the qualities that we are looking for in our strains as well. And one of the active terpenes that we're going to bring that heavy sedativeness is going to be mycin, and a little bit of the beta-carotene. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're starting to see this thread. I feel like most of the strains I've picked has beta-carotene in it in some fashion, whether it's just a tidbit or a significant amount. But something new that's standing a little bit more dominant in these specific strains is limonene. So that's going to be a lot of those lemony, piney strains that we'll come across. So that's why I threw Lemon Larry OG in there. Respectively so, with its genetic makeup. And so, yeah, I wanted to tie this back into the idea of, okay, as we're taking a moment to think about our solar plexus energy, how is this idea of relinquishing control of all the things that are out of your control? Because, sometimes we get caught up in like, oh my gosh, I need to control this aspect of my life and this aspect of my life, but yet sometimes we don't always leave room for spirit to have wiggle room, and that's where we hit those lessons, maybe those stumbling blocks. It's because that spirit saying, hey, slow down, girl, I got something for you. You just need to be still and listen. My dad was always big on escuchen. You gotta open those ears and listen. And so what does this represent for you? What in your life specifically do you feel like you need to let go of control just a little bit and just allow spirit to have its way? And that's what I mean, you guys. This journey is really all about just surrendering that control and just allowing spirit to come in and do its thing, and calling on your angels, calling on your guides when you're just like, I'm lost for words. I don't know. What do I do next? I thought I went down the right path, but now I'm unsure. It's okay. Life thoughts happen. But that's the whole idea. I've kind of fumbled across this thought back in college. I was at Cal State Bakersfield, and I had this like epiphany. And I was doing a lot of cannabis research back then. And then I had this thought of like, okay, people were having problems with the whole paranoia using indicas, and just that creating the sense of paranoia within them. And so I thought, okay, well, why? Why is that coming up? sat with the thought for a little while. I sat with the thought for a little while, and then Spirit said control, and I was like, made sense. It's because we have this sense of feeling like we need to control certain aspects of ourself or our body. It's so funny. One of my partners was just saying to me, oh, hey, by the way, I was just thinking about it. I really feel like I want to use this particular plant medicine. He was talking about like DMT and ayahuasca. And I was like, yeah, okay, opening up to the thought of that other plant medicine. And, I really heard Spirit say control, let go. It's using those high vibrating earth medicines. You have to be in a good spiritual spot, because as that person was saying, it's going to go in and rip you up and turn you upside down, and you got to be ready to get spit the fuck out. And I just had that thought. I was like, relinquishing of control. So if we can go into something that's spiritually deep and allow ourselves to relinquish that control and just go with the ride, go with the flow. Think about the waves in the ocean as it just flows in and out, coming in and out, crashing. But it's never holding on to something, right? It's just allowing to move with the flow, move with the tide, move with the moon. Because remember, the moon has an effect on the way that the waves move and the tides and everything. I love the ocean, so it's a beautiful thing. So what I'm really thinking for us to really open up into our solar plexus energy is meditate. Really call on that beautiful yellow golden light. Allow it to surround you and wrap you in its beautiful energy. And at the same time, allow yourself to think, what is it in myself that I'm now allowing to let go? Why am I still holding on to something that serves no purpose, is not giving you that nurturing medicine, that balance? Life's about give and take in certain aspects. And so when we have certain realizations, that's when we have to come back to center, come and connect and say, hey, where am I at? Go and talk to the little girl inside or the little boy inside and say, hey, how you doing? How we feeling? Where we at? Yes. And so it's using what we've learned through our path thus far in bringing all of these components together, using our herbal medicine, using that fire energy. I'm really being called for us to do some Agni breath work, so I'll definitely throw in an Agni meditation in probably this week, for sure, just to get a feel for moving that diaphragmic energy in and out and using our prana energy. And prana just is the energy of life. It's just the energy within us. Our breath controls the movement of the energy within the body. You guys would be surprised, like if you are a little tight in certain spots in your body, remembering to just take long, deep breaths, full cycles, and slowly move the body in and out of that position, being conscious of the breath. Pranayama. So, breath work. Because the characteristics that we're truly trying to seek here with our solar plexus energy is clarity, a sense of self-discipline, independence, the unlocking of our authentic intellect, This is a beautiful time, as we spent some time loving ourselves last month and just getting connected and seeing, okay, what of myself truly needs to let gone, just getting rid of all the bullshit, and then bringing in the things that nourishes our soul, that makes us like want to love and emanate that love, instead of feeling like grumpy and bitter and just like, oh gosh, damn girl. But you know, hey, we're moving with that energy. However it comes to you is however it comes to you. But the point is, going back to the question Spirit had me bring up, is what do we need, or relinquishing control, the sense of control. So bringing that thought to mind is, what are those things in ourselves that we've been kind of like tight about, instead of just allowing it to just flow. So on that note, we'll take a few breaths here, connect with our breath, exhaling out. So I touched base on a couple of things, but like I said, I'm going to go into a lot more detail through the month. So stay tuned for all the new stuff. And then if you haven't caught yet, I am helping Miss Ganja Chica Sweetums. We're hosting a Mary Jane's Big Bar. So get on that, girls, and this is your time to unwind and be that ganja goddess you are. We're gonna have a lot of awesome things. We're gonna have really amazing people coming through, bringing amazing vibes. So I just want to thank you Jazz, for being present. So once again, let's go ahead and get into a nice comfortable seated position. If you're somewhere still, just take a few breaths with me and let's close out our evening. Bringing it back to heart center here for a breath. Opening it up. Sending it on out. Thank you for being present, everyone. Thank you so much. If you missed a little bit of it, don't worry. I'll have it posted here. So thank you everyone for joining me this evening. I will catch you later on this weekend, possibly, and stay tuned for all the fun stuff happening and coming up. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.